All right, guys, we are going to build a boat. So we are going to turn all that wood right there into
A boat.
a boat. So stay tuned. It's going to be amazing, right, Jolene?
Yep.
We're going to catch fish on it. Bye. So here I'm just cutting the sides of the boat and I'm going off these plans. Right here. It's called a 15.8 fishing punt. So right now I'm cutting these sides, and I'm not going to cut it. I'm not doing exactly how this is mapped out. But like 80% of it will be exactly how this is. There's the bottom, and then this is going to be the front half, or the back half of the sides. So I got this back angle cut, so this is where the transom is going to be. And then I got to cut, got to measure inch and a half right here, and then cut that down right there just so it's a little bit of a slope. So I'm going to do that next. What's going on, YouTube? This is the progress so far on the boat. I know it looks like it's uneven right there, but that's because the concrete is uneven. At least that's what I'm telling myself, because I can straighten it out if I just push on it, and then it all straightens. So that's what it's looking like. So right now I need to make a brace for, and I am terrible at camera work, that to that, and then I'm going to connect the front, like so, and then it's going to start looking like a boat. What up, YouTube? This is the boat so far. I got to put a few more braces in here, like these. Probably put two more back here, and here, and then one more here, and then a couple here. Probably three in the front, and then I need to make sure it's all straight, and then attach that bottom board, that bottom sheet of plywood. That's gonna come up to about here, but I'm thinking to cut it down to here, because this is when it starts to flex downward for the front. And I don't think I'll be able to flex only a few inches of that plywood. I think it'll be too stiff. So I'm thinking to just have the back piece of plywood and the front piece meet right here, and then just fiberglass that seam super good. So anyways, that's the progress so far. We'll see you in a little bit. So right now I'm just trying to get this seam right here, this gap I guess, to be even on both sides. And you can tell that it's a lot bigger and longer on this side, and that's okay, because this is going to flex down when I fasten it, or actually, secure it, screw it in. But I just want to make sure the gap's the same before I even do that. So I gotta get this gap to be a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now what I need to do is build these supports all along. Get a better view here. All along, continue this all along there and on the other side. And that's gonna be pretty difficult, because there's like two different curves that I gotta work with here. This curve, and then that inward sloping curve. So This is gonna put my woodworking skills to the test, which isn't good because my woodworking skills are not that great to begin with. So for these supports, I was either gonna use this 2x3, which I don't think I'm going to be able to bend and have it keep its shape because it's just too big and I can't fit it in anything. I don't have anything big enough to boil it in, and I don't want to put it in my oven, stink up my house. So my next option is to use two of these and bend them separately because never mind. Yes, that's not going to work either. So now what? And that was not on purpose, by the way. That was an accident. I was actually really optimistic about using this, but it won't bend either. I need something that can bend. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is use these cedar strips and just cut them to the right size and just stack like 4 of them and glue them all together, and then probably just glue them in place, and that way I will have something to secure the bottom to. Change of plans once more. I don't have enough of these strips, so what I'm gonna do is just cut strips out of this 2x3, or out of all the 2x3s. Cut it about, I don't know, maybe I'll experiment with it and see what the optimal thickness is to bend it and glue them into shape. So let's do that. Alright, so I changed my mind once again on how I'm going to build those across the support pieces right here. Now what I'm going to do, and what I should have just been doing from the beginning, is custom making each piece to fit perfectly. So I can see this line right here. So I just got to sand away all that material on top on both sides, and then that should fit in there perfectly, and that'll give me the best fit and the most strength in the end. So I'm gonna start doing that. It's gonna take a while, but we'll get her done. This is actually working very well. See that? See that line? I'm already right to it. It only took like 2 minutes maybe. So yeah, this is definitely the way to do it. Definitely the best choice. So let me finish this up. Glue looks like while it's still wet. Looks exactly like honey. That'd be a cruel practical joke to switch this with some honey. Glue. And the first piece is in place. Beautiful. Alright, let's make 5 more. Alright, well, I would just like to preface this next part with the fact that I've never built a boat before in my life, and I did minimal research. It's kind of my style. I just like to go into things with a little bit of an idea, and then I just kind of like to figure it out on my own. Might not be the best way to do it, but that's how I do it. Usually works out. But I ran into a little situation here, and it's right. Let me flip this camera around. So got that next bottom piece all secured nicely, but you can see it's got a bit of an arch to it, or a bow, which is actually kind of good. I like that. But this next piece that's gonna come in, this next piece that's gonna go right here, needs to butt up to this, but it won't it won't butt up perfectly the way it is right now, because there's that bow, and then that bow right there, and this next piece is just gonna be flat. So I got to put in another support brace, or one of these support beams right here, and I got to shape it to fit that arch perfectly, and then have it hang over just a little bit so I can secure this next piece to that brace, so it'll keep that same contour right there. So that's what I'll be working on next. Just like that. Shablamo. It's coming along nicely. My fuel. Hopefully this doesn't demonetize this video. So let me get a good shot just in case. Okay, well, this is where I'm at now. I am pretty pleased so far. It's turned out nice. This piece is not secured yet, but you can see what it's looking like. There is this little bit of a hump, or a little bump that's gonna be right there, and I'm pretty sure I can just sand that flush once it's all glued up and secured. Okay.